So anyway, so welcome. As I tell you, I steal my ideas, and I wanted to show you where I stole my idea from. It was in a Christmas magazine, and I saw this, and I just thought it was the cutest thing. So I figured, how can I make that? And they had a lot of little things. This one was a little heart that they took a coat hanger, and I don't know how they did it, attaching it without it being already in there. So I would have made it and then put it in this pot. So I kind of like that, and maybe we'll try something like that later on in the year. But I just thought that was cute. It was something sweet and small that you could make, give to somebody. You could make it big. So as you can see, I kind of made one sample and made it big. And so I didn't use all of the, let me move this out a little bit. So I didn't use so much moss and make it really heavy because you get this stuff wet. Can you see okay? I filled the inside of it with plastic, so it kind of filled up my volume because this one is a lot bigger than the picture. And then I kept one side open. So what I'm going to do is show you, and I cut a couple widths. So if you want a small one, then you'll want, something that would be more in the size of this. Then I kept my wire pretty small. You can use brand new wire, you can use old wire, it just didn't matter. I just cut the length of it, and as I looked on this, it's not perfect. They really scrunched it up. We're not going to make this today, so if you want it, I've cut the chicken wire, I have the moss, so you can go home and kind of play with it. But the focus today is on the cake decorating. But we had to have a Valentine thing, so that's where I came up with that. So what I did is I just folded it over. This was open. Vanna, could you hand me one of my chicken wires?
Here you go, Pat.
Thank you, Vanna. So it just, like I said, I just cut it to random widths, folded it over. And then I just kind of am attaching it here, and as they did in the magazine, it's just kind of, I would recommend gloves. I have pretty tough hands, so I'm okay with this. But I would recommend gloves, and then I was using my wire cutters a little bit. So I closed up one side, and then it's just like all the other things we've done. They're all going to look different. None will look the same. And it was really quite fun to make. Then I kind of popped my center down. And then, oh, my box of moss is on the floor. Now I can't go anywhere. I'm attached. Thank you, Vanna. And this is sphagnum moss. It grows in the redwoods, and they gather it, and it comes dry in a bale. And so you soak it. So I have gotten this all soaking, and if any of you want them, I'm going to do the whole kit for $5. I'll have it in a bag so you can go home and do it, and I would do it within the next couple days. So this would be cute hanging on your door, give us a little Valentine. I even thought a couple of them clustered together, out if you have a little table by your front door or something. The smell of this is kind of mossy, woodsy. I like it. So it might be something that you wouldn't want in your house if you don't like that smell. So you could use that Spanish moss, the curly stuff. That would be an option also. So as you can see, it's not taking a lot. And then I'm just going to close it up. When I cut the chicken wire, I cut it so I had half of an end. If you cut down the center so it didn't fall all apart. I'm just bending it over. Do y'all love this music?
I do.
It's Priscilla's country music from the old country.
I want to dance.
Oh, we've loved it. She put it on as a joke, thought I wouldn't like it, and we haven't stopped listening to it. So, as you can see, I'm just kind of manhandling it, woman handling.
What kind of plastic do you use for the big one?
I just had some plastic from flowers. You could use saran wrap. You could use wax paper. Wax paper would probably deteriorate a little bit because it would get wet. You could use foil. Just something, if you did a big one, something to fill up that space so you don't have that mass of this weight. And then this stuff dries, so it does get light again, but this was pretty wet, and so I had a puddle under here. But this would weigh a ton if, you know, I did it like that. And I just like using it better wet. I think it's more pliable and it's more better. That's my gooder English. So this little corner, and my Band-Aid is not cooperating. This little corner is kind of funky, but in the essence of time, you all get the idea. Then just to embellish it, a little ribbon. In the picture, it looked like they had fabric and like music sheet paper that they tore. You could go anywhere. They tied it with twine, had a couple little acorns. You could just let your imagination go wild. So with this, I wanted it to look a little Valentine-y. I'm just, you know, I cut a little length. I've got this Glim Glam stuff. Just pop it in, manipulate it around. Ta-da! I mean, and it's not perfect, but it doesn't matter. So the two of them together look kind of cute. I mean, you could just have fun with it. If you wanted to hang it on your door, you could actually attach this to this one. Looks kind of cute, and hang it on the door, so it's a wall hanging, but not your traditional. So, any questions? As you can see, it's pretty darn simple. I thought it was cute, and I've been wanting to do it for 2 months. Robin?
I have a question.
What?
Do you like mist the moss to keep it green? Or?
It'll stay green.
It will. Okay.
This will stay green. Obviously, it'll fade if it's in the sun for years on end, but for the month, it's going to look green. There is a trick that you can do, and I learned this from a gal who was from Switzerland. They use dye, and there was a special dye from back in the 70s when this stuff was a lot more popular. So I couldn't find it. So I thought, why couldn't you put green food coloring in some water and spray it? So I have done that, and that works really well, and then it's not toxic and it's not going to ruin anything, but it's permanent. So to me, if you really wanted to keep something green like this, that's what I would do. And then you just have a designated water bottle that would have green food coloring in it.
On your large one, did you smash down the middle exactly like that, or did you actually cut it?
No, I smashed it. I smashed it. So I can say that the skinnier one, that's a little bit harder to get that form. So without the gloves, you know, I could manipulate a little bit more, you know, if I didn't have an audience and wasn't nervous. But I think it looks cute. It's just kind of old-fashioned. If I didn't want the bling, I could just do that. I could add the little pearls. This would be kind of cute. I mean, just let your imagination go wild. Really wild. And I know it's not going to tie a good knot, so I think that's very Victorian looking. So you can just tweak it and just have fun with it. Go out in the yard, put a fresh flower in it. That would look cute too. Just pop a little rose in there. So especially if you were having a little party or something. So I was thinking if you could make them really little, but I don't think you could. If you had a little tea party or something, you could have them like little place card holders. But you know, if you had a little party and you made half a dozen of these and had it in a piece of cellophane, what a cute little gift, you know, like the little corsage bags things. So anyway, that's that. So now I got to clean up this, and Donna's going to get set up. So if you all, this is Donna, the famous cake artist, and she is extremely talented. So give us 2 minutes here to clean up my mossy stuff. And